Hey, it's Rocky here, and today is the 1st of November 2024, and I just wanted to quickly record a video to go with this. It's a PDF you'll have just down below this video or somewhere in the group, to go with this case study that I've put together here for how we traded a major low in Bitcoin, just happened recently, and how you can forecast using time and price accurately to get within a day or two of the major highs and the major lows. For full transparency, I've included every post from the group discussing Bitcoin. There were some others in there that had altcoins, but these are all the posts that we talked about Bitcoin only. And you'll see there was one time I was wrong. I thought a correction had completed and it wasn't quite complete. Then we had another small leg down and then away we went. So I hope this sort of gives you an example of what you can do when you understand time and price and Gann and Elliott wave and stuff like that. So I'll just quickly go through these, and you can look at the PDF that comes with this video for more details. So we'll see here, this was August the 5th, and back here somewhere I expected, and there's posts before this, but I was expecting a major low on August the 6th, and I put this on here a couple of weeks before this date, and sure enough, up it went into the 29th, and then it just fell off here. And as I said here, Japanese institutions are being margin called. I didn't find out until later on, and forced to sell after this had kind of happened and it had made a low down here, and people are selling everything trying to get some liquidity. This makes my expectation that it was safe to buy spot Bitcoin the other day before the low looked like shit. Now, I said in here, I think because we'd had a 50% retracement, I said I think because we were close enough, we were within a couple of days of this day, so I thought, hey, let's buy some spot Bitcoin. And once it took out this low, I was back out again. So, I had a small loss there, and anyone that followed me would have had a small loss here as well. So that's one place I was wrong, but it was spot, it wasn't leveraged, and we had 2 more days down, and that was the final panic low, as it turned out. Bitcoin has now made a new yearly low, right? It was down here, and at some stage we will have an excellent buying opportunity, and that could be today, one day short of my ideal time target of August the 6th. But I'm not stepping in front of this with any scale or leverage. So what I did, I had what they call a stink bid down here at 55,000, just in here somewhere, 55,000. Not expecting it to ever get there because it was up here. I was buying a bit of spot up here. I never expected it to get to 55,000, but I put a bid in down here just in case because we were still a couple of days shy here. And it picked me up in there at 55, and then, as you'll see, it went up from there. I didn't buy a lot because I wasn't sure. You can do these forecasts and never know for sure what's going to happen. But this 1 day short, I honestly thought there might have been one more day down. But the margin calls stopped because they were all liquidated. Everybody was just getting out of all of their crypto to try and get some liquidity, and it stopped 1 day before. So here's the 8th of August. So this one here was the 5th of August, and this one's the 8th of August here. And as you can see, it stopped there at just below 55,000. 56 is there, 54 is there, and then it started to rally. So I was in here at 55, it was looking pretty good. And I said the symmetry in Bitcoin has been a thing of beauty. The last 3 ranges down have basically been the same in price, 100% of the previous ranges. So from here to here, repeated, from here to here, and it repeated from here to here. So that's one thing you look for with Gann analysis, and Elliott wave for that matter. The 5th of July was 60 degrees from the May 1st low. So we've got May 1st, and then 2 months later, within a couple of days, again, these aren't always exact, we were 60 degrees. So this here, and then it came down, touched it again, and then we had this powerful rally up to the 29th. And the 5th of August low was 30 degrees from the July low. 5th of August was 30 degrees, which is 1 month, July, August, from the July low, and 90 degrees from the May low. So these are all Gann cycle dates, so 90 degrees from there to there. These are really powerful dates, and this is how you can forecast. There's a lot of nuances here. I'm going through it quickly, but there's a lot of nuance in here. But this gives you somewhere to start if you're following along and you decide you want to go and do this for yourself. So we've made our low there. I'm long at 55,000, only a small amount, nothing big. And then up we went. So now we go on to August 29th here, and the market's gone up, and this looks like an ABC, a classic ABC correction out of Elliott Wave. We've got 29th, 25th, so that was basically 30 degrees away. So it's a little bit short, but again, you have weekends and things in here. So Bitcoin trades 24 hours, 7 days, so weekends don't affect it as much. But it's within the margin for error for a 30-day, 30-degree rally. ABC, what comes after an ABC correction? Normally a continuation of the previous trend, which was obviously down. And it rolled over and started coming down here. So back in here, I've made a forecast that the final low would be around the 5th of September. So you can read this here, 100% of the previous. Right? I'll let you read this in your own time. But the bottom line is, regardless, let's keep an eye out around September 4th to 7th. This is on August 29th, so we're a week away, but I'd already been talking about this up here. For a signal, a major correction is complete, right? So now this looked to me like an A, B, C, D, and maybe an E, or maybe an E would be down here. I wasn't sure, because this was very short in time. Normally you've got all this time in this leg, all this time in this leg. This was very short, so the probability was that this was going to extend further. And once we made this ABC, it started down. There was a good possibility or probability that this was going to go down, and if not make a new price low, make a new closing low around this date. So here we are now on September the 6th. I had the date here as the 5th of September, and it looked like this was going to be the low. This little pattern here looked like a low. It had come back, it had rallied up, it had come down, 618 retracement, it had touched it, and if it had have traded up here, I would have been buying that in there for sure, but it didn't take out the daily high, and it kept going down. So we're 1 day after now, and I put here the timing for the low runs out from today out to the 13th or mid-September, because I was starting to think maybe we were going to have a different date, and this is all subjective, right? So you've got to, you keep looking at these things as the market moves along, and you sometimes have to adjust. But I left this here because this was what I thought to be the highest probability, but it could have gone out to the 13th. So we had this big selling day down here. People were just still trying to dump Bitcoin and everything else for that matter. And then we had another day down. So we've come up to the 7th of September, so we're 2 days later now. But again, between now and the 13th, things look bleak at the moment. That's what we always see at major lows. So this was looking, to me, bullish. And as I said here, Bitcoin closed at a new low for the current correction. It closed at a new low, which meets the criteria for a wave E low being close or in place. So when I was thinking this was the wave E, this was more likely the wave E, because we've had a new closing low below this closing low. And that is an indication that, yes, we've got potentially a completed 5-wave wave E. And I just said here, patience. We had to wait for some sort of reversal signal looking daily signal. So here we go, September 8th, the potential wave E low. And you can see we have time cycles here, and there I am there, the 5th of September. This is the 8th of September. And we may have seen a wave V low in a major correction. So at the end of a major correction, what happens? The previous trend resumes. So we're expecting to be able to buy in here somewhere. And as soon as it started to rally out of here, remember I'm long at 55, so I'm a little bit underwater here. But once it starts to rally out of here, these are the signs the market gives us that we look for to base our analysis on, right? So 786 retracement, it just touched it. The panic selling stopped. That's a good sign. And its time cycles are all up. So that was the day there, the 5th. The 6th was actually on the low, the price low and the closing low. So that was one day after my 5th of September forecast, and it started to rally. So this was based on a completed ABCDE correction. We're buying in here. And I said, well, I think we've seen the final wavy low in the current Bitcoin correction as discussed in the previous post. The next few days will be important to watch for clues to see if that is correct. Today's hanging man candle, which is this, can often mean a short-term high, but it can also be a signal for a one-day counter trend. And all my people know that a one-day counter trend is a very strong continuation signal. So if we come down for one day and the next day we take out this high, especially after all of this setup has been complete, take out this high, that's a buy signal again. So we're long in here, and we want to be long if this high is taken out within 1 or 2 days. This is the 16th. So that was the 12th, September the 12th, September the 16th. We did get follow through the next day, so we're long again here. We rallied up strongly into the 13th. We came down as an inside bar, then a one-day counter trend. If this high is taken out, we want to be long again. And then the next day up we went, we took out the high, so we're long again here. And as I said here, it corrected for 3 days from there. Well, it was really only 2 days because this is an inside day. So 2 days down is a very strong trend. 3 days is about as far as you want them to go if the trend is going to continue strongly. It closed at a new high for this move within 2 days. So we're down 2. We've traded above it in 1, and we've closed above it in 2. September 22nd, I went back to a weekly chart and put some price targets on here and an Elliott wave pattern. So this looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 3, A, B, C, D, E there. And then because this, all of the reasons that this had for being a final low on the 5th of August, this is a weekly chart, so it's around there that week, it started to rally. It made a high above here. That turns our swing chart up. It pulled back, and then away we went. So I put some price targets on here, 100% of the previous range. I based the price targets off wave 3 because wave 1 was quite shallow. Wave 3 was a better option to base our price targets on for here because I think we've got this major bull market underway at the moment. And I said once this high is taken out, this wave 3 high, expect to see panic buying as people jump in. And so I think we'll easily get to here, 80,000, 88,000 here, and 96, 98,000 up here. This is back on September 22nd. So I was expecting it to rally strongly out of here. October the 2nd, here's our 6th of September low. And then we've got this impulsive rally, sharp pullback, and I said a quick panic. Bitcoin is corrected to the 618 retracement of the recent rally. If the bull trend is to continue, this would be a natural place to find support for the next leg higher. It is important to note that Bitcoin has held up better than many alts, which is very bullish for Bitcoin. So it came down 618 retracement, and if that was all we were going to get and the trend was going to continue, it was very bullish. Turned out that was all we got. 618 retracement was there. It went down one, a little bit more, and then started to rally again. So I was pretty confident that we had seen a counter trend low here. And I said here, confirmed low at the 618 retracement. The recent correction stopped at the 618 retracement, as discussed in the previous post on October 2nd, and the uptrend has resumed. I've put normal price targets on the chart at 100% and 1.618 of the previous range. So that was 100% here and 1.618 here. As it turned out, the rally stalled on the 7th September. October, 30 degrees, it stalled and then turned back down again. So as I said in here, we've got an ABC correction. So sometimes this is what happens when you have this many days up. You need more than just a few days down to correct this bullish price action. So it rallied up about 618 of this, it closed down, it started heading down. So I put on here the potential for a correction. It had touched 50% nearly. Here's 618 of this range here. I put it on down here, so I thought maybe 618, because if wave C were to equal wave A, the price would have come down to about here, which is overlapping with the 618 retracement. So that's what I thought was going on there. Now, if it doesn't get all this way down, that's bullish. That's saying that the market is stronger than what a normal market would be. A normal market would come down here, ABC, wave C would equal A, and it would reach the 618 retracement because that's where these overlap. And if it only gets 50%, that's strong. So as it turned out, market came down. This was on the 12th. Previous one was on the 10th. Bitcoin may have completed a wave 2 correction at the 50% retracement and be heading into wave 3. So this big green candle, that tells you that, hey, the low's probably in place. So it was an ABC correction, but C was shorter than A, which is a sign of bullishness. And it only made the 50% retracement, which is a classic wave 1, ABC, wave 2, and wave 3 is what normally comes out of there. As you can see, that was that big day. This is October 21st. It just kept going and going and going. Up here, I drew on potential for wave 3 up here somewhere around the old high. And we just had to see what happened from there. But there was no reason to sell anything in here. It just kept rallying and rallying each day. That was those rally days. We had a 1, 2, 3 day correction. A little bit of indecision here. And then away we went. So this was the 29th of October. That was the last day I did for this rally. And you can see we've got no reason to stop. Now, we've got July, August, September, October. That's 90 degrees. Quite often we'll see a change in trend there. And as it turns out, we have seen a change in trend. It's down here. I'll show you a live chart shortly. But we have had a reaction off these old highs. So we're within $200 of closing at a new all-time high. There's no reason to think that this won't continue. It'll have the reaction here, a few days down. It might even have a couple of weeks down, but I would expect this to continue on into 2025 from here. So that's what I've got in this PDF for you. If you go through and have a look at the analysis, you'll see that I was wrong for the initial buying of Bitcoin at the beginning, going into that panic selling crash that was caused by the Japanese institutions getting margin called. So I was a little bit wrong there, but was quickly recovered. So it's gone back up. Then I was wrong thinking we had a completed correction here. Yeah, so in here, I bought in here. I was wrong there. It went straight back up. You know, and it's had this beautiful bullish pattern, correction, bullish pattern, correction now. So that's what I've got for you, and I hope it helps you to understand how to use pattern, time, and price. You'll see the ranges are equal, like these three ranges from there to there, there to there, there to down here. We're basically 100% of each other. And we take this range, we project it from here, and we get a price target somewhere up here. And we take this range, we project it from here, we get a price target up here. This is how you can know in advance price targets and important dates, time targets, to watch this market, watch all of crypto, when they're going to start moving, when they're going to stop moving, and you can plan accordingly. Now, yes, there are nuances in there, but if we get to do more together, I'll teach you how to study those and learn those as well. So let's just go quickly back to a live chart. So here we are live. You can see the 29th of October, 29th of July, 90 degrees, and it's corrected back from there. So we've got inside day and then 2 days down now. We'll have to see if we get more of a correction like this, or if it just keeps going. But I would imagine we'll see much higher prices into 2025 from here. So I really hope that helps, and if you have any questions, let me know.